Hello, my name is Isaac Onchus. My U number is U3722747. So in my marketing management problems capstone class, I was given a data set that had information from FIFA from all the players in the game and their stats. And I was tasked with creating a Tableau dashboard with connections that I had found in the data set. So let me share the data set with you now. All right. So what I really wanted to focus on with my dashboard was the relationships between age, strength, and preferred foot. I also included some data from the countries in Europe where the players were from. So on my dashboard, there are three different graphs. The first graph, which is labeled age and strength, it's in the top left, is the trend between age and strength. And as shown in the graph and in real life, the average strength is lower at the high and the low end, but it kind of peaks in the middle at about 29 years of age at an average strength of 79.1. Change it to all, so 70.91. The age slider, it can be moved to look at the different age ranges. For example, if you wanted to look at, say, 28 to 31, you could just look at that, and then you can look at the average strengths within that range. And I thought this piece of data, this graph specifically, was a good baseline to kind of introduce the data, and it's something that's easy to understand and get an understanding for everything else that I wanted to look at. So the second graph in the top right is going to be strength and foot, and it is looking at the average strength for the preferred foot of each player. And I specifically wanted to look at the countries as well to kind of see which countries were performing better uh, depending on the foot. So you can change on the list here if you want to look at specifically the left foot, left, or the right foot. What I found interesting with this data was that on the left foot, it's kind of more sporadic. You have some pretty low lows and some pretty high highs. When you compare that to the right side, the right foot, which is pretty packed together, doesn't really vary that much. Um, and what you can do is, if you wanted to specifically look at the left foot, you can adjust the strength slider to say, what are the countries that are between 53 and 57? And then all of these countries have an average strength between 53 and 57 with the left foot. Clicking right automatically adjusts that to look at 53 and 57 with the right foot. This is really useful to look at kind of what the problem areas are to see, well, these countries don't have a very good average strength with the right foot. So why is that? Finally, the map on the bottom, it's of Europe. It's of the European countries, and it shows the preferred foot per country and the average age per country. So what I wanted to do, I chose Europe because it's very much a culture over there. And so I kind of wanted to make it my focal point for this Tableau project. So by hovering over each country, you can see how many players in that country prefer the left or the right foot. So in this case, we already have right foot selected. So if we hover over Germany, the count is 921. So 921 players prefer using their right foot. When you look at the left foot, you can see that only 274 prefer using their left foot. So it's kind of interesting that overall, each country really prefers using their right foot. And it also helps link this data here to say, well, that's why there's so much more uh, difference in the left foot and variance, because not as many are using the left foot. So you're going to have much more high highs and low lows compared to the right foot. Since a lot more people are using it, the average strength is going to be more packed together. Uh, Also on this, it also tells you the average age of each player in that country. And this helps link your data and the age and strength to say, well, these countries are choosing ages that are primarily in the early 20s. So they're really wanting to get players right before they go into their peak years to kind of, you know, have good players for a while. And you don't see the average age being 45. The average age also changes based on whether you're selecting the left or right foot.